All right, so as Adidas and Yeezy continue to dominate headlines here in the sneaker space, it would appear that we got just about one more week set for releases, and then that should be just about it. Now, as far as today's releases, we saw 3 new classic pairs hit the confirmed app in the 350 V2 blue tint. We had the 350 V1 Pirate Black, as well as the Knit Runner Boot Sulfur. So all 3 of these pairs went live on the confirmed app at 10 a.m. Eastern via Q Drop. And as far as monitoring these releases, it would appear that the blue tints actually sold out first, but I don't know if that's actually due to stock numbers or what, but the blue tints, Pirate Blacks, pretty much were instant sellouts. And I kind of alluded to this yesterday, but I'm not sure if that $400 price tag was just a little bit too steep for some people, as we're seeing those Knit Runner boots. Smaller sizes are still currently available. So as far as today's drop, salute to everybody that was able to secure a pair that they were going for. Many people did complain of internal server issues, the app being glitchy, just overall issues with the whole drop. And as far as these releases, rather than Adidas dropping these Q Drop or first come first serve, I would have much rather seen them do a raffle style release, especially for some of these more highly coveted pairs. But at the end of the day, I understand what's going on. It seems like Adidas is just trying to unload all of this stock, so it makes sense to me. And then as far as drops, we got another big release to look forward to coming up on Monday. So as I'm recording this, I literally just got a notification from Adidas about the Pirate Black 350 V1 Q Drop. So it appears Adidas is just about 3 hours too late on this one, and sending a notification like this is definitely a good way to piss a lot of people off. Plus, it's also being reported that Adidas has been canceling many people's orders. You guys are even sending me emails yourself, like I got something to do with this drop or something like that. So your cancellation email will look something like this: big apologies, our inventory sold out quicker than expected, and as a result, we were unable to fulfill your order, blah, blah, blah. Super annoying, we know. Yeah, most definitely. And of course, you won't be charged. Some banks and credit card providers may take up to 14 business days to apply the credit to your account. So 14 days, 2 weeks for an error that's not even your fault. I feel like this is unacceptable, Adidas. How dare you do something like this to your loyal customers? But nah, this is just kind of how it goes. And as far as inventory issues like this, people are used to this for big drops, but it just seems like Adidas is just kind of mishandling the whole inventory. But at the end of the day, nobody really cares because they're just unloading all of this unsold inventory right here. So just be aware that a lot of orders are being canceled. And on top of that, we're also getting reports of moldy Yeezys once again. So I know y'all are probably tired of hearing about this, but this actually came from Sneaker Insider Brandon over on Twitter. So he posted this image right here, which has over 100,000 impressions. So not a great look for Adidas, but at the end of the day, what do y'all expect for a pair of Yeezys that has probably just been sitting in a warehouse somewhere collecting dust for years now? So I feel like as far as this mold right here, you could just clean this up real quick with a little towel or something like that. Nothing too much to be concerned about, but let me know if you guys are experiencing any issues like this, such as cancellation or the infamous moldy Yeezys. And then of course, coming up next week, we got the next major release from Adidas and Yeezy. And let me just say, as far as Monday's drop, I feel like that's gonna be a huge one because it includes nothing but foam runners and slides. So let me just say, be prepared for the worst. Now, in other sneaker news, it looks like 3 new high-profile Jordan retro releases have been discovered for the 2025 release calendar. So these first 2 come courtesy of Z Sneakerheads and Sneaker Files. So we got the Jordan 10 Steel making a return. So this is a good classic OG colorway, and I love the fact that Jordan Brand is bringing the 10s out the vault, because nowadays I feel like this is a model you're not seeing people rocking too often on feet. Now, the big takeaway from this OG colorway, of course, will be the toe cap, which apparently was featured on the OG release but removed for newer releases. So as far as the Jordan fan base, it seems like people are torn. Either they prefer the OG toe cap or not. So let me know, what is your preference? And then we also have another OG making a comeback next year in the Jordan 5 Grape. So as far as my fondest, earliest memories of this sneaker, it wasn't actually MJ rocking these, but rather Will Smith rocking these on the Fresh Prince. And I feel like so many people share that same memory, which is why a few years back, Jordan Brand brought these back, but with a Fresh Prince special edition that didn't include laces, not even lace holes. So it felt like sneakerheads weren't really rocking with that like that. So So I think it's great that Jordan Brand is bringing these back in good classic OG form with the laces included this time. Now, I remember actually grabbing a pair of these back in like 2012, 2013 when they dropped back in the day. And I actually was gonna rock them, but somebody offered me a price I couldn't refuse on them. So I actually resold my pair and have yet to ever grab a pair of Jordan 5s in my entire life. So while these are cool, these are definitely a nostalgic throwback. The colorway definitely screams 90s, but I'll probably pass up on these and would rather be going for like those metallic 5s personally. And then the big one, which according to Eldon monitors, the Jordan 4 white cement is also scheduled to release in 2025. So as far as this pair right here, you guys already know how it goes when it comes to Jordan 4. It's currently one of the most popular retro models. And as far as this white cement or even the breads, I mean, when it comes to both of those pairs, you can't go wrong with either or. Those are sneakers which are gonna make people's top 10 Jordan releases of all time. A lot of people's top 5s, and even some people would call these one of the greatest Jordan retro releases of our time. So as far as next year's release, details are currently unknown, but you never know what we could expect. We could even get these joints as a reimagine. And anytime sneakerheads hear the word reimagine when it comes to Jordan releases, I think a lot of people, get a little bit nervous because things could go left or right when it comes to reimagines. But I feel like I'm a little optimistic when it comes to the reimagines because sometimes it could actually, be an improvement. Remember guys, a lot of these releases originally came out in the 80s, the 90s. So sometimes they are due for an upgrade. Now, when it comes to these white cements, if they were to reimagine them, I couldn't imagine Jordan Brand switching the material on these. Like, I guess if they wanted to switch it up, they would have to do something like suede versus the leather that they originally came in. And I feel like people would hate that right there. Then they could go like the vintage age look. But as far as the cements, I feel like this was a release that never really like looked good with that vintage age type of look. So maybe it would be in Jordan Brand's best interest to just keep these joints OG. But hey, what do I know? These are just my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. Apparently the Jordan 4 white cement, one of the greatest Jordans of all time, is set to make a return here in 2025. And lastly, before we bounce, I did want to remind everybody that we have another high profile sneaker release tomorrow coming up in the Action Bronson New Balance 1906R Scorpius, which he did tease via his Instagram stories, will be dropping coming up here on Friday. Now, if the Rosewater colorway release is any indication of how this drop will go down, I'm expecting things to get really nasty. So for this Rosewater release, they actually created a new website and everything, apparently in an attempt to throw off the botters. Unfortunately, the website information did leak like an hour prior to the drop. Botters were able to readjust. The password was so simple that everybody already guessed it before the release even went down. So as far as this Scorpius colorway, now these joints are interesting. We know the 1906R is currently probably New Balance's most popular model given the current trend of the mesh runner. They use some interesting materials on here, but as far as this colorway, I feel like these colors have no cohesion here. You got like a lime green yellow, another green, you got a burnt orange right here. I feel like these colors don't really mesh well together, and for me, just personally speaking, these are probably like the ugliest release that we've seen so far from Action Bronson and New Balance. So hopefully maybe that will make this be an easier release for everybody that actually wants to grab these. But at the end of the day, given the fact that these are extremely overhyped, they got a whole bunch of resale value, you already know everybody's going to be trying to grab these joints right here. And interestingly enough, people haven't even seen their Rosewater pairs yet, and they're already dropping this new colorway. So we'll see how things go down for tomorrow's drop. Of course, you guys already know I update you guys with all of the details. And then we have that Medusa Azul, the blue pair that everybody's checking for, which is rumored to be dropping the following week. So a trifecta of Action Bronson New Balance collabs are hitting the sneaker space. Let me know if you guys are rocking with any of these. And it looks like we just got a breaking update. So it looks like I was alerted that the Yeezy Slide Onyx has actually restocked via the Confirmed app, but unfortunately right now as I'm checking, it looks like all of the bigger sizes have sold out. So I guess if you're looking for a smaller size, go ahead and jump on these now, as I'm assuming that these will sell out really quick. So you guys got to be on your A game as far as these Yeezy restocks. It looks like you never know when Adidas could add more sizes to the Confirmed app. So we're gonna wrap things up right here. Let me know what you guys thought about today's topics. How did you guys do on today's Yeezy drop, and which pairs are you most excited for coming up on Monday? Also, let me know what you guys think about these Jordan retro releases, and good luck to everybody trying to grab those Action Bronson joints coming up tomorrow. So I'm JA. Make sure you guys stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. I'm out. Love.